I'm going to get this next role. And when I do, all of that changes. Then I'm back.
Not that you went anywhere.
Hi, Nick. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. And so I have to imagine there's, a very surreal aspect about doing a movie like this. So did doing this movie kind of cause you to have a lot of introspection about your own career path thus far?
Oh, wow. You have no idea. It was so strange. I was so scared. I was trying to find the right line between, playing someone called Nick Cage and without embarrassing my family and still facilitating Tom Gormican's needs as the filmmaker to do something funny. He loved the idea of neurotic, anxiety-ridden Nick Cage, thinks that's the best Nick Cage. So I had to give him that, but I also had to keep that fine line because the character has my name of, perhaps he's not being tone deaf to his daughter. Perhaps he's not making demands on his daughter. I don't have a daughter, but maybe he's trying to guide her, which is something that I think we all do as parents. We try to guide our children. And I think people that go to the theater will relate to that, those of us who are parents.
Right. And of course, a lot of this movie is brought to the extreme and you're kind of playing an extreme version of yourself. But how much truth in this movie is there about Hollywood and the acting process and that kind of stuff?
I think there's a pretty good amount of truth. Hollywood has gone through many changes. And I think what we're seeing with the so-called Nick Cage character at the beginning of the movie is an actor who is struggling with the challenge of the change that Hollywood industry has been going into, which is he's not getting hired for jobs that he thinks are going to be great because it's not what they want at that particular time in the industry. So there is that feeling when you choose a life as an actor, you are freelance and you're always for hire. You don't have a steady day job. I often thought that maybe my life would have been simpler if I just did have a day job, but I don't. I'm freelance. So in that regard, there's a lot of similarities that speak the truth.
And another very good sequence in this movie is this whole thing around Paddington 2. I have to ask, were you a fan of Paddington 2 before this movie?
Did not know the movie, had not seen the movie, but subsequently did see the movie. And yes, I am a fan. I thought Hugh Grant was marvelous in the movie. And I think it's a great movie. It's very emotional and it's very funny.
Exactly. And I agree. I love Paddington 2. But that is all the time that I have. Thank you so much, Cage. I really love the movie.
Thank you for having me.